Hi everybody, it's T. And as you know, I have been really sick. And I am back now. I know I was supposed to rest for like 3 to 4 weeks, and it's been like 2 weeks. But bills have to be paid, and since I'm the sole breadwinner, you know, I have to come back early. I really didn't want to, you know, but I have to. So I wanted to talk to you a little bit today about what happened in 2012 when I had my first stroke, and it inspired me to write a book all about it. I had a stroke, and I was in a coma for like 6 weeks. And anybody that knows me like really, really close, knows that I basically went home to somewhere else. And until that time, I knew that I was like special, and I knew I had like a lot of special abilities that I didn't really see like my other friends having or anything. So I was like really confused growing up through life, thinking, what is wrong with me? There's no way I could like be from here or something. It's just really weird, you know. And so it wasn't until 2012 that I had my stroke, and I was in a coma for like 6 weeks, and then I had to take like a year off. But I talked about that in my Twin Flame video about the whole losing my friend thing. Yeah, go check that out. So still ain't over that. But I talked a lot about how I went somewhere in my book. And here's the weird thing. I wrote this book called We Are Light. And I talked about how I went home and I learned all this stuff, and the perception of what I thought my reality was completely wrong. And it was entirely different from anything I had ever thought. I learned about spiritual beings. I learned about human beings. I learned about star beings. It was like the weirdest thing I'd ever went through. And like I said, I was in a coma. So this is everything I learned, and I wasn't even like in my body. I was like somewhere completely else. But again, I wrote that in my book, We Are Light. What happened is I went to publish my book, We Are Light, because a lot of people are like, where's your book? I can't find it. I can't buy it. I went to publish the book, and I like stopped myself, and I thought, you know, people are just not ready to hear any of this. And so I got really scared and nervous because I didn't want everybody's perception of me to change. And so I didn't publish it. And I still have a lot of people asking, where's this book you talk about in all your shows? And I'm like, you know, because I didn't publish it because I was like really scared. And because I didn't do that, I feel like that when I did come back, I really wasn't living in my truth. Sure, I could still do psychic readings. Sure, I could still find missing people. Sure, I could still do all of that. But the mission that I was meant to do, that I learned about while I was in a coma the first time, I wasn't doing. I wasn't doing because of my fear of others' perception of me. The one thing I teach in my class not to do, it was like, it was holding me back. You know, you're always good at like telling other people what they should do, you know, but when it comes to you, like doing it for yourself, you're like, So I get that. I really get that because I go through that. And I sympathize with people on that. I totally do. So I wasn't living in my truth. And I had started to realize that things for me were going rather slowly. Rather strangely. You know, I had all these inspirations to do all these cool things and inspired to do all these cool projects. And then something was off. Something wasn't right. I felt like I was on a completely wrong path. I wasn't having any deja vu, which is weird because I always said the deja vu to me meant that I was on the right path. Anytime I had deja vu, it was like my signpost that I had put up before I came here, you know, that I'm on the right path, you know, and those were like my road signs. And I hadn't had any in a really long time, and something was off. Something was really off. I was tired. I was fatigued. You know, you can ask my friends. They'll tell you I was not well. Something was wrong. You know, I was always sick. It was like, it was just weird. I call it the spiritual flu, where you get real sick that you can't like see anything. You can't like do readings. You can't really do anything because you get like in this fog. So when I got really sick this last time, and here we went again, and I got real sick, and I had a mild stroke. While I was in the hospital, I thought, I'm not doing what I was supposed to do. And the universe is mad, and it's telling me that you better do what you were meant to do, or you just might as well not even be here, you know, and we'll just take you up out of here if you don't do what you were supposed to do. So I took that as a sign that regardless of what my fear base was, I had to do what I was meant to do. And that was just bottom line. And it's weird because I always tell people, who cares? You know, the people that are meant to be with you will be there, and the people who aren't meant to be with you but will fall at the wayside. And believe it or not, as scary as that sounds, that's exactly what you want in your life. You want the people that are not supposed to be there to go away. And yes, I mean family members. And yes, I mean best friends. And yes, I mean all these people, you know, because these are the people that were with you while you weren't living in your truth. So these people are part of that. Now, if you can evolve into standing in your truth and speaking your beliefs, and these people are still there, then they were always meant to be there, and that is fabulous, you know, because nobody wants to lose anybody. But I found that I did lose people. I did lose people, you know, and I honestly believe that was meant to happen, because I definitely don't want anybody in my personal space. And I'm not talking about clients, you know, I'm talking about people in my personal space, my personal friends, and they know who they are. I definitely want them to support me, and they don't have to believe in what I do, but they need to support what I do, you know, respect what I do, and not be critical of it or criticizing of it or anything else, because I would never do that to them. And I need people that are also on their spiritual awakening. And as arrogant as that sounds, you know, okay, look at it like this. You all know that are new to the whole spiritual awakening process, and I've been doing it my whole life, but of those of you that are new to it, you know that as you spiritually awake, you need that constant support. You need that constant, almost like validation. It's strange. You need that what you're doing is what's best for you. And when you get in this selfish type of mode where you need to come first and take care of your spiritual needs and awaken to your purpose and your path, you find that a lot of people that always depended on you, and you can't be there for them in that way anymore, tend to kind of either be critical or go away, or, oh, she's tripping, or you know, oh, she's in a phase, or, you know, or whatever. And so yeah. So anyway, going back to the whole living in your truth thing. So you have to be almost selfish in this type of spiritual work. And it's not arrogant to be selfish. But anyway, what I was saying about my friends that are around me, I have some friends who are all over the place. You know, they can't seem to stay on their spiritual path, or they wander on to another one, and they're like all over the place. And as much as I love these people and I want them on my path with me, it's almost as if I just have to keep trucking. And if they can keep up, that's great. But if they can't, they're just going to fall behind. And somehow that has to be okay, because my needs and my spiritual needs have to come first, because I have to do my mission and my purpose. And again, this takes me back to my twin flame video where I talked about how my best friend left me. And it really tore me up. She was from Australia. I'm not going to say her name. Y'all know who she is. So, but she left me. And I talked about it in my twin flame video. But you know what? I get it now. I get it now. because she was on this fast-paced, fast-going spiritual path. And as much as she cared about me, I was holding her back. She can't carry herself and me too. That's going to slow her down. So I get it. I get it. And, you know, I think sometimes that we do so much for other people that we don't have anything left for ourselves. And we get lost. Well, we're not really lost. What we've done is we've let okay. I love making like little descriptions of things. So imagine you're at a coffee shop and they just came out with your favorite muffins in like the whole world, and you want these muffins so bad you can't stand. They're like pumpkin spice or something, and they only make like so many a day. Well, you hold the door open and you keep letting people go in front of you, because you want to be polite. You want to be caring. You want to help others. So you keep letting people go in front. When it's finally your turn, they're out of muffins. Now, whose fault is that? Tell me whose fault that is. Is it all the people that went in front of you's fault? Because that's what a lot of people tend to do, is blame everyone around them for their spiritual progress not going the way it should. But whose fault is it really? Who stood there and held open that door and let all them people go in front of them? You did. So you cannot be mad when they run out of pumpkin muffins when it's your fault. Had you just got in line, had you just stood in your place, you'd have had your muffin. So it's your fault. So that's what I felt like I was doing in my twin flame video. I was kind of blaming that other person for leaving me to the wayside, like somehow that hindered my spiritual growth, when it really didn't. At any time, even though I was sick, I could have said, okay, I'm going to get organized. I'm going to get back on my path. I'm going to go the pace I need to go. And it's nowhere near her fault that I fell back. Just like it's not her fault that she needed to keep going. I get it now, you know. But when you continuously, it's funny. I just want to say this real quick. Everybody in my psychic development class, the very first question I ask is, what do you want to do at the end of these classes with your gifts? And 99% of people will say, I just want to help others. And I just have to put my head down, shake it, and go, oh, goodness. Because if you're continuously using your gift to continuously help others, when in that period of time are you helping you? What are you doing for you? What I want to hear people answer to that question is, I really want to get myself on the path I spiritually need to be on. And I really want to use my gifts to live my purpose. That's what I want to hear. Because in your purpose, if part of your purpose is helping others, then that's great. But if your purpose doesn't involve helping others and it's all about helping you, so what you do inspires others, then that's great too. But there has to be some selfishness on a spiritual path. And if you've got people on your spiritual path that are not willing to understand your selfishness, then guess what? It's time to find new friends. And as bad as that sounds, I've done it over and over again. If you know me and you've been listening to my shows on Blog Talk, and let me tell you something. I had probably 350 shows on Blog Talk, and I deleted over 200 of them. Because the people that used to be in my life that I considered friends that I did shows with no longer resonated with me. And I did not want to put that out there like that. Some of them I kept and I put on the archive on my website under like radio archives. And then I kept like the last 2 years on Blog Talk, but a lot of them didn't resonate with me, so I deleted them. And I don't feel bad about it. I just don't feel bad about it. I don't want people that listen to my shows now to go way back to the beginning and go, what is she talking about? So I just didn't want to go there. So I was like, this doesn't resonate with me. That friend was not meant to be in my life. That friend was a leech. They were leeching off of me to get to where they are. You know, and that will happen. When you get strong on your spiritual path and you really start making something of yourself, you'll find that there'll be people that aren't truly your friends. They're struggling on their spiritual path and they're having a hard time making it. So they look at you making it on your spiritual path and now they want to be your friend. And you know what? They will be your friend until they think they can make it. And then guess what? They forgot your name. Well, I'm going to tell you what. I learned the hard way. Not once, not twice, but 3 times that people will do that. Because we don't want to believe that people would do that. You know, what would be the purpose? Well, fake it till you make it, I say. Because that's exactly what they're doing. They're faking it till they make it. And so that's kind of my favorite saying now, you know. When I know somebody's not being real, I'm like, fake it till you make it, girl, and I move on. You know, because I only want people in my life that love me, whether I'm way up there or whether I'm way down there. I need them to love me just the same. And I feel like the circle of people that I have in my life right now are in it for the long haul. I don't have any questions. And the few that I did have questions about, I've done let go of. So now that I feel like I have a certain, and let me tell you, it's a lonely place. It's a lonely place. But sometimes you have to decide, you know, if this is the path that I choose and I truly want to live my purpose, sometimes it's a lonely place. You know, I don't really have anybody. You know, my birth dad is back in my life. You know, my birth mom is dead. I really don't have anybody except my kids. But you know what? I'm okay with that. Because I would rather be lonely and stand completely in my truth than be surrounded by fake people and be hindered the whole way along the process and keep falling back to where I just can't find where I'm going. So I have made a decision, and you know, and this is while I'm on my sick bed going, oh, you know, what am I going to do? Am I going to continue to do this? Am I going to quit doing it altogether? What am I really going to do? Because I really had to make a choice. Do I want to continue doing this spiritual work, or do I just want to give it up and go back to being a lawyer? Because I can do that too. So I really had to sit there and think about what I was going to do. And I decided that if I'm going to continue onto this spiritual path, it's going to have to be full steam ahead. And it's going to have to be my beliefs and standing in my truth. And for the people that can't handle it, I guess, I don't know what word to use, I guess handle it, they'll be right along with me. And the people that can't, I guess they'll go find somebody else. I don't know what to say. But, you know, first of all, I want to say that I treat all my clients like friends because I believe that everybody in your life could be a good potential friend until they prove you wrong. So I do give everybody the benefit of the doubt in the beginning. And I do try to be kind and be friendly to many people. And you kind of know when you do that first reading or first class with somebody, if there's somebody you could be friends with or if they're just a client. I mean, you definitely intuitively know. But like I said, I always try to be friends first because I'm still that, you know, that sensitive, you know, person that does like having friends in my life, you know. So, but I always know by that first reading or that first class if they're going to be any type of friend. And like I said, the people I have in my circle right now, I really like and care about. And so I think they're a good fit for me because they've been there when I've been up, they've been there when I've been down. So I really think that's good, good fit for me. So you might see a lot of new things going on with my psyche development classes. You know, I do have, I changed the realizing your gift and the psyche development and the life purpose I've made into one 8-week course. I just threw them all together because anyone that takes the first 2 has to take the last one. And anybody takes the first one needs the second one. So I was trying to make it more affordable for people. But I found that some people would take the first one and then they couldn't really do the second one. And then I don't like to leave people hanging. I like to leave people in a place where I know that they're on a good place spiritually and that I've gotten them to their purpose, and where they go after that is up to them. So I said, I can't just keep, it can't be a money situation. So I put everything into just one 8-week course for one set price. And, you know, and I always tell everybody, if you have trouble paying, you know, get a hold of me. I'll set up something weekly. We'll figure it out. It's not that serious. I would rather work with you than you not be able to take it, you know, for sure. And then the next thing I did is I combined my angel and archangel classes because I felt like a lot of what I was saying needed to be together. So I combined those two. I got rid of some courses, like I don't do my spiritual communication course anymore because even though I could do it, doesn't mean I was meant to do it. Same with, you know, my dream interpretation. Again, just because you can do something doesn't mean you should. So, you know, not that I was doing them bad. I just, you know, I just had a lot on my plate and I needed to let go of things that, you know, weren't my favorites or didn't really resonate with me or, you know, or whatever. So there's a lot of new changes going on. So a lot of people are joining my remote viewing class. I'm really happy about that because that's a really cool course. Why? Because what is my big special ability? Remote viewing. So of course I want to tell everybody about it and how to tap into theirs. My gosh, you know. And so yeah, I've got like a lot of good things going on, a lot of good things happening, and I'm going to stand in my truth, and hopefully the people that are still there and the clients that are still there will believe in me still and not think I'm too out of this world. You know, that's the only way I know how to put it. I also have this, I'm also doing this really cool interview with this woman coming up, and you're really going to like it because it's all about who I truly am. Wow. You know, so I'm just going to like put it all out there. And so that's going to be really cool. It's like an hour interview or maybe 2-hour interview. We'll see. I don't even know. I haven't done it yet. So I'm just going to let her ask me whatever she wants. And I'm just going to answer it truthfully and go from there. And of course, I'm going to put it on YouTube and Facebook and everything else so you can find me. So, okay, everybody. Well, this was my story for the day. And I do have a couple more videos that I want to do today. And so thank you so much for listening. And if you haven't connected with me on Facebook, please do so. It's facebook.com/TessaLunaLuvia. And my website is TessaLunaLuvia.com. But you can still go to PsychicTea.com, PsychicTee.com, and it will still take you to my new website. And if you haven't subscribed yet, please do so below. And feel free to share this video if you'd like. Okay, thanks everybody.